Against the Brewers, the best night I've seen Addison Russell in a while. When you think of his last plate appearance and ripping that, I guess it was a base hit to right, but that's the most power I've seen come off his bat in a while. I don't know if you felt the same way.
Yeah, nice lineup.
He's from way too
It may
slow. I'm
be
sorry,
nothing,
dude. We gotta
but
keep it. You gotta crank it up.
to think that
You gotta crank it up.
trending.
With Dan Snyder, the owner, and Bruce Allen, the team president and general manager, they've seen fit to do business a different way. Look, Bruce Allen knows two modes of communication: say nothing or lie. So, and now you have a guy who can't wait to tell everybody how transparent the organization is. These are two trains heading for, I think, a crash.
Well, it could be.
I think they are, because I think at some point, look, you have to know, based on what they've done before, that Bruce Allen is sitting there saying, "Shut up! What are you doing? You're telling everybody our secrets. Nobody should know our secrets."
But isn't it interesting that they made the hire that they made? They made a hire outside of the organization from the league office.
Okay, yes.
A guy who's from Jersey, is not from here. A guy who is familiar with the Redskins and the Redskins brand from having worked in the NFL, but hasn't been tied to it in any way, shape, or form.
And their marketing guy came from Jacksonville,
Ziff.
from the Jaguars.
He did, and I have heard and I've talked to people out there that say that this new group of business people are completely different than the old group, who basically walked around as if the franchise had been winning Super Bowl year after year after year, propping their heads up and saying, "You're lucky that you have a chance."
So, I mean, what do we take away from the Ravens defense, at least?
I mean, disappointing, right? So they come out and they don't really handle it. I mean, they miss their corners. They miss Jimmy Smith. I mean, they never mentioned that last night either. You know, their best corners is suspended for the first four games of the season.
Yep.
It might be nice to mention it since they're playing against a really skilled team like Cincinnati. But look, Cincinnati's a talented football team, and I think what I'm most impressed about Cincinnati is the fact that their mental toughness has showed up the first 2 weeks.
He's fine.
Sure, yeah, actually, I am a fan. He's a fine second receiver.
He's fine.
He's a good position.
Well, unfortunately,
receiver.
he's their first receiver. And
That's a problem.
and their running backs are all like fourth-string guys.
The guys are coming back in and making plays.
I mean, to me, the design of Seattle's offense has got to worry you as a Seattle fan, because it's not any better than it was last year. And that's the problem. And then their game management, the way they set up the game, how are we going to attack this? It just doesn't work. And I think, to me, Russell Wilson is taking a lot.
He's playing Florida Atlantic. Now, Florida Atlantic beat Air Force. They're not a bad team, all right? But right now, most of the public action is on UCF.
I'm not sure what
a
this
lot of
person's
that
doing
action
here.
is on UCF. And the number is just hanging there, right? 27-23. The footnote is that Aaron Rodgers gets them super close at the end of the game for the game winner. And on a fourth down, Ryan Kerrigan comes up big, because we have not heard from Ryan Kerrigan in the first two games, and he sacks.
And they just couldn't stay on the field. I mean, the defense couldn't get off the field. I think Patricia knew that Belichick wouldn't really have a lot of respect for the Lions running game, wouldn't believe that they could actually sustain drives and that they would be committed to running the rock. So he went two deep safeties and said, "I'm not going to let Kenny Galladay or Marvin Jones beat me deep. I want to see if you can sustain drives on the ground, not get penalties, convert third downs on the run." And the Lions did. They did it. I mean, that's how it works. They were able to get it done on the run game. And I love, by the way, I tweeted this at Ross Tucker NFL.
He goes after the first pitch and fouls it away down the right field line. Baez on deck.
Can't do that.
Like the Bears, -3
I gotta take Miami.
in Miami. I'm all in on this Bears team against bad or mediocre offenses. I think the defenses could win single-handedly. Then I have a parlay that's just about. Oh, I'm sorry, I have the Bears in a parlay with the Rams. That's just about even odds. The Bears are -200.
I like my
the
picks
Rams
better.
are like -380. But if you in Denver, but if you add them together, it's perfect. And then the third one I have straight up Cincinnati.
You're in the wrong lane.
At home against.
You're doing the wrong effing lanes.
Your timeshare money pit. We've guided thousands of people like you through the freedom process. Let us help free you from your overpriced, useless, money-draining timeshare. We're the leaders in the industry with decades
Dude, what are you doing? Oh my lord. I mean, give me a break.
100% money back guarantee. Start the freedom
what are you
process
doing?
now. Call us at
Jeez Louise.
866-44-CANCEL. That's 866-44-CANCEL. 866.
We mean yo.
I guess that's
What are you doing?
per se, but
Just
with the
let
new
his speed
faces out
move
there,
up.
Alex is going to have to be more involved in every aspect of that offense.
And the tough part, I would say, is that these guys don't know what the hell is going to be out there on Sunday. Because Moses is very much an unknown. And then the guys that might be playing instead of him, Howard, Cooper, Gabonga, I hope I'm saying that right.
Not even close. Wrong first letter. Bowanko.
I don't think that's right either.
It's definitely closer than Gabonga. Bowanko.
Bowanko. Pardon me. I was reading something on my phone.
He's our local guy. He's our Caps fan.
Right. Kid from Centerville, right?
Yeah.
So the O-line is... I don't know how else to describe it. Secondary, dude, I don't know if Dunbar's playing.
Yeah, I think he's still having some issues with that nerve. And
the last time you were on was feedback. And it was interesting to me, I remember this, that there was a while when you were not getting feedback, and you specifically asked for it from your Fox bosses.
He's turning the wrong direction. Unbelievable.
Some in-depth feedback, and I wanted to follow
He just ran to the wrong direction.
Wow. And not specifically, because you're doing 2 games a week, and you're part of a whole new package. Do you get different sets of notes? Do you get
Vanderbilt and Missouri still in a tight one, 33-28 lead for the Tigers, 4:35 remaining in the fourth. And Missouri with the football. Texas A&M and Ole Miss battling back and forth. A&M has the football up 24-21, driving inside their own or towards midfield, battling Ole Miss 24-21, 12:35 remaining in the fourth quarter of that ball.
Go ahead.
Elsewhere,
you saw what happened. He ran the stop sign.
Very well in the division. Now, a big part of that, they've got
all right,
dude.
Frankly, what are you doing?
Even with all the injuries, you do worry about that Dallas D-line, which is so fast, getting to Alex. But Dallas' offense is so limited that I think the Redskins...
Jingles at TonyKornheiserShow.com.
And are we selling anything on this holiday?
Always pushing product and shop at
TonyKornheiserShow.com. We make as much as $20 a day or a week.
You know, gotta stop here, guys. You gotta stop here, guys.
Account coming at Rob Colby.
Oh, jeez, Louise, you all gotta stop here. This truck does not stop.
Sorry, man. Just remember, we take
until now.
And
he's well over it.
Forget.
No, we don't.
We have
long memories.
That is totally true.
Yes.
We are a vengeful group.
Do you have some news?
I do indeed, Mr. Tony, and we'll start off with some college football, a game I think that captured the